Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetstudios.com and today we have a very special phone with us. This phone is called the Jolla phone and it comes from this company called Jolla, and the operating system which is running on this particular device is not Android, it is not Windows Phone, it is Sailfish OS. So Sailfish OS is altogether a different OS. It is an open source OS on which anyone can actually contribute, and this OS is very much different. It is a completely gesture based OS. That means you can actually use this phone with one hand, with one of your thumb only. There is no physical button which is provided on this particular phone, so there is no physical button. You do not need to press any capacitive touch button or a physical touch button to actually use this phone. This phone is completely gesture based. That means you can actually use this phone with one hand. In this particular video we are going to give you a quick review of this particular phone, which is going to get launched in India 16 hours from now, and it is going to launch tomorrow. It will be coming for a price tag of approximately 15 to 20,000 rupees on Snapdeal. It is going to sell exclusively through Snapdeal. This phone is a very different kind of phone, and we will go through all the features of the phone as well as the operating system. Now, taking a look over this particular device, we can see that this device has a 4.5-inch IPS LCD display which gives you great viewing angles. That means the viewing angles on this display are pretty good. As far as build quality goes, the phone is looking pretty good in terms of the build quality. They have used a matte finish back cover which again looks very good and gives you a very nice grip when you hold this device in one hand. Although the edges could have been rounded, but they have actually decided not to be rounded. This part of the phone can be customized to actually reflect the kind of lifestyle you live. So in case you would like to customize the phone, the front part of the phone, the upper part of the phone will remain the same, whereas you can replace the back cover and you can have an Angry Bird theme on this particular back cover. You will also have NFC chip at the back side of that particular back cover. So the moment you apply the back cover with the Angry Bird theme, that theme will automatically get applied on the phone. So these are the things which they have actually done with the operating system. This operating system is again based on MeeGo OS, which was kind of discontinued by Nokia some years back. So again they have actually revived the OS to give it a different look and feel, and the kind of features you have on this phone, you won't see those features on any other phone. The kind of usage experience you have is very good. So taking a look over the phone from the back side, we can see that we have a battery over here. It's a 2100 milliampere hour battery on this particular device. I have been using this device for around 3 to 4 hours, and this battery backup on this device is pretty good. The battery does not degrade in terms of the battery level very fast, which is very good. We have a SIM card slot over here which will accept a micro SIM, not a normal size SIM card, and then we have a micro SD memory card slot as well, which will accept micro SD memory card up to 32 GB maximum. We have an 8 megapixel camera at the back with LED flash. This camera also have autofocus, and you can also record high definition videos on this particular device. Taking a look of the device, on the top we can see that we have micro USB port for data syncing and charging. We have a secondary microphone over there, as you can see, and I think there is a primary microphone over there in these grills. So there is a secondary microphone on this device for noise cancellation and video chat. You have a micro USB port for data syncing and charging. You have 3.5mm audio jack. So on this side we can see that we have two buttons. Both of these are plastic buttons and they give you good amount of feedback. This is the power and sleep key, and this is the volume rocker. At the bottom we have the speaker grills, which indicates that this device has two loudspeakers, which is definitely a very good thing. And again the placement of the loudspeaker is also good. It is not at the back side, so it will not get blocked. On the front we can see we have a 2 megapixel camera over there, which is a fixed focus camera. We have nice metallic earpiece below the glass, and at the bottom over here we have simple bezel. There is no touch capacitor button on this device, and there is no button apart from these two on this particular device to use the phone. The complete OS can be used with these gestures which are being indicated on the display itself. Let's go into the software interface now. Now before I go deep into the software interface and how you can actually use that interface, let's talk about the hardware of this particular phone. This phone is running on Snapdragon 400 chipset, which is having a dual core 1.4 GHz carry at 300 cores processor. So you have a dual core processor on this device, and you have Adreno 305 GPU on this particular device. As far as storage goes, storage of this device is 16 GB, and you have 1 GB of RAM on this device. The micro SD memory card at the back side support 16 64 GB memory card maximum, not 32 GB. So this is something I would like to correct. You can insert 64 GB micro SD memory card into this device. The rear camera can actually record high definition video at 1080p as well as at 720p, both at 30 frames per second, which is definitely a good thing. And you have Sailfish operating system on this device, which is the version 1, and it is upgradable to 1.0.5, which is already available and which will be pushed out to the people once they buy this phone. So as far as sensor goes, you have accelerometer sensor, proximity sensor, gyro sensor, and compass sensor is also there on this particular device, which is definitely a good thing. In terms of the overall form factor, this device is pretty good phone to use with one hand. You can easily use this phone with one hand without any issues. I can reach almost every part of the screen with one hand. And the weight of the device is also not much. It is around 141 gram in terms of the weight. In terms of the thickness, this device is not a very thin phone. It is approximately 9.9 millimeter in terms of the overall thickness. So thickness is not going to be very thin on this particular device, but again, it does not feel like a bulky phone. It does not feel like a heavy phone at all. Now let's take a look over the UI of the phone, the user interface, which is the most important thing. On the lock screen itself, you can see we have the indication for the date as well as for the month. As you can see, we have some notifications which I can see for chat, for email, and for some missed calls like that. We have indication whether the phone is connected to the Wi-Fi. We have time as well indicated over there on the lock screen. So this is how the lock screen will look like on this particular device. I have done a detailed hands-on of this device when I was at Mobile World Congress, so you can see that video in case you would like to see what all features it has. So right now the phone is running a video in which it tells you what all you can do whenever you are in a specific application, how you can actually reveal more options and what you can do. So let's first of all unlock the phone. Unlocking the phone is very simple. You just need to do it like this and the phone is unlocked. You can always set a passcode lock as well. So this is how it will show all the applications which are running in the background as these kind of thumbnails. So these thumbnails will actually give you an idea which all applications are running in the background. So we have maps running, which are powered by Hair Maps. We have some other application running like camera running. We have Jolla store as well, which is running on this particular device. In order to reveal all application, or in order to bring up the application drawer, all you need to do is you need to swipe it again and then you can reveal all application drawer. So here we have all the application which will come pre-installed on this particular device. We will have Snapdeal application which will come pre-installed because this device is coming exclusively to be sold through Snapdeal. We have Carvale application, we have Book My Show application, Make My Trip application will also be there, and we have ESPN Crick Info application. So there will be some application which will come pre-installed on this particular device, which include Bollywood Hungama and Cut the Rope as well. So these are all the applications which will come pre-installed. You will also have Angry Bird Space and the Angry Bird regular version coming pre-installed. LinkedIn application will also be there. You have Boxnet application for storage in case you would like to store data on global drive. So in order to minimize anything, in case you are under any application and you would like to minimize it, all you need to do is either you need to swipe it from the left side, or in case if you are in any other application you would like to minimize, or you can swipe it from the right side. So in order to minimize any application, all you need to do is you need to swipe it from the left side or from the right side, and the moment you do it, the application will get minimized and you will be taken to this particular screen which will have all the application thumbnail which will be shown to you, so that you can switch in between recent application which you have launched on this particular device. Taking a look over the notification, in order to look over the notification, what you need to do is you need to actually do it like this. So you have to do a continuous swipe. So if you do it like this, it will not come. It will basically take you to the all application drawer. Whereas if you do it like this, it will reveal all the notifications which are there, and here you can actually take actions on these notifications. So in case you would like to take actions on the missed calls which I have, you will be taken to the call dialer where you will have information about which all people have actually called you. So you will see the missed call alerts like this. You will see the other calls which you have made from this particular phone. Outgoing calls will be like this, and this is how you can see it. And again, in order to minimize anything on this device, all you need to do is you just need to do a swipe from the left or from the right side, depending in which hand you are holding the phone. So this is a very simple interface. One thing which I really like about this phone is that this phone can be used without any physical home button or without any capacitive button. So there is no button on this device. All that can be done on this device can be done with gestures, and you don't need to touch any button. You don't need to actually move your hand to the bottom of the phone. You can always use it from anywhere, from any edge. Once you do this, the application will get minimized. So this is how it will happen. Taking a look over some other options which you will get in the application, in case you are in a certain application like this and you would like to reveal more options, all you need to do is you need to do a vertical swipe in the down direction. So you will see more options, like you can go to my apps, you can search. So these options will vary as per the application which you are using. So in case you are in some other application, not in the Jolla store, so in that case, for example, if you are under camera, in case you do a swipe from the vertical direction from top to the bottom, this is how, okay, I think it got minimized. So let me just do it like this. Okay, you have to do it from the center, not from the top. So if you do it from the center like this, you will have access to more options. Similarly, if you are on the phone dialer and in case you are on a contact and you would like to make a call, so all you need to do is you need to swipe it from the middle to the bottom, and then you will see more options. Either you can enter a phone number so that you can easily dial any number, not from these particular contacts. In case you would like to dial a specific number, you can do that. In case you would like to call a person, then you can also search for all these people which are there on your phone. So this is how the search will look like. You will have a pictorial representation of all the contacts which you have on the phone. And in case you would like to search, you just need to type the right alphabet and then it will go and search for you. One more thing which you can do directly on the lock screen, in case you would like to make the phone silent, all you need to do is you need to swipe it vertically from the middle to the bottom, and then you will see the option of doing the silence sounds. So this is how you can actually silence the phone. You just need to tap on it once and the phone will go into silent mode. All the notification will be muted and you will not hear any sound. So this is how you can actually silence and unsilence the phone. So on the lock screen now, in order to access all those applications which I added for the lock screen thing, you need to do a swipe vertically from the middle to the bottom, and then you will see these applications which will appear on the top. I can access the media, I can access gallery, I can access camera as well directly. So this is how I can launch these applications instantly from the lock screen once I select them over here under settings. Let's take a look over the setting options and we will show you what all other things which we have on this particular device. So we have sound and haptic feedback which you can enable and disable. All these things are there. You can actually have different kind of sounds for different things, which is a good thing. You do have airplane mode as well supported. You have option to share 3G internet. So once you insert a SIM card into this device, which can be a 3G SIM card, you can actually share the 3G internet from that particular device, from that particular SIM card, using this option. So you do have option to create a portable Wi-Fi hotspot as well on this device to share 3G internet. You have mobile network over there, as you can see, and all these settings are inaccessible because we do not have any SIM card inside this particular phone. You also have connectivity option for the USB. So in case you connect this particular device to a PC, you have the default USB mode in which it will ask for the connection. You can either connect it into the developer mode, PC connection mode, or charging as well. So charging is supported via USB on this phone. We do have GPS navigation supported on this device as well. You just need to enable location access, and then you can actually use GPS navigation on this device with the help of Nokia Hair Maps. So Google application like Gmail and some other application which actually require Google services will not run on this particular device, but you can actually install Android applications on this device to run them. So you can sideload them. You do have an application on the Jolla store which allows you to actually install Android application with the help of APK file. You have Bluetooth sync as well, backup option over there. You have the device lock mechanism which can be changed over there. As you can see, all these options are there, and we have a developer mode, untrusted software. Once you enable this, then you can actually install application on this device, and any APK file can be installed. Any Android application can be installed for which you have an APK file. You have language and region support. Text input is also there, so text input is over there, and then you have keyboards which you can control. You can control the language of the keyboard. By default, as of now, there is no Hindi language supported on this particular device, although you do have some keyboards from different other languages. You do have about information for the device. So as of now, out of the current storage which we have on this device, 13.7 GB is available on this 16 GB model of the Jolla phone, and we have approximately 2.5 GB which is being used, and rest of it is free. So the operating system itself is not taking too much of storage on this device, so you get a sufficient amount of free storage on this device, which is definitely a good thing. And the version of Sailfish OS which is running on this particular device is 1.0.8.19, as you can see, and here we have other information for the device. So let me just come back and show you what all other things which we have on the device. So we do have the option of accessing different accounts as well. So in case you would like to set different kind of accounts, I have created a new account for Jolla Fish OS, and this is my username, and then we have another account which is already signed in. So you can actually set up your Gmail account as well, but Gmail application will not be there. Third-party application will be there on this device so that you can use Gmail, and these are the application which you can access on this particular device. This will show you all the native application on this device which you have. So these are the native application. Let me just come out, and once you come out you can see more application. Let's take a look over the phone dialer first of all. So this is how the phone dialer look like. Again, right now it is more open in the contact mode. In order to bring it normal, you can just do a swipe. Yeah, you just need to tap over there, and then you will go back to the normal mode. So here we have all the contacts which have been dialed, which has actually made a call on this particular phone. In order to call any number, you just need to do it like this, and then you will have the option of entering a phone number, or you can call a person. So once we tap over here, we can actually dial a particular number, but again, video call option is not there on this device. This is something I would like to clarify. Taking a look over the messaging application, let me just show you the messaging application. So you have thread-based conversation which are being showed over there. So in case you send any specific message, you will be able to see what all other response which you are getting from the other person, and this is how it will work. When it comes to the keyboard, this is how the keyboard will look like. The keyboard is very fluid, very simple and responsive on this device. You have a QWERTY keyboard on which you can easily type. Again, the keys are not specified differently, but they are adjacent to each other. In case you would like to have a identification where the key ends, then you can see this small indication over there with which you can actually identify. You can change the language over there. You can go to the symbol by just tapping over there, and you have a copy and paste as well on this particular device, so which is supported, although you do not have continuous input supported on this device, which is something I would like to tell you. So continuous input is not supported, but typing on this device is not an issue. You do get these suggestions as well on the top. So the moment you type, you will see the suggestions on the top of the keyboard, and you can always type in the landscape mode as well. So in order to come back, you just need to do a swipe like this. This is something which I really like. You don't need to press any button in order to come back from any application. Here we have the browser on this device. Let's take a look over the browser. So on the browser itself, we have all these options which tells you all these buttons and their meanings. So let me just load a specific web page on this device. In order to load a web page, you just need to do a swipe. Okay, I need to tap over here. Now I need to create a new tab. Now let's take a look over the camera interface of this particular device. Let me just launch the camera. So this is how the camera interface look like. The camera at the back is an 8-megapixel camera, and this is how the interface will look like. You will have the option of interface being adjusted as per the orientation in which you are holding the phone. So you will see these options on the top. If you are holding it vertically, you will see these options over here automatically rotated in case you are holding it in the landscape mode. So in case you would like to see all these options, what all you can do with these, you just need to do a swipe down like this, and then you will have all the options over there. You can control over the ISO on this particular device. You can have different kind of grids. You have the camera mode, which can be video or photo mode. You have flash, automatic, and then you have automatic flash, force flash, and no flash as well. You have white balance over there. You have different kind of focus. You can always have continuous focus, infinite focus, and automatic focus as well. And this is the continuous focus which we have on this device. So we have delay as well, which you can specify. You can take photos with a timer, and you have the main camera. So you can always toggle to the front camera like this, and I can just remove all these things. So this is how the front camera will look like. On this front camera, the kind of clarity you will get from the front camera is again decent enough, not too great. This is something I would like to tell you, that the front camera is decent, not too great. In terms of video calls, you can do pretty good quality of video calls from this device, but the video feed is kind of hazy. This is something which I can notice. So you have to make sure that the device is stable. I think I can see slight amount of lag in the front camera interface, but this should get better. So let me just toggle back to the rear camera. So we will just take a photo of this LG G2 which we have, and it does have autofocus as well. So this is how you can take photos with one hand, and in case you would like to take the photos with two hand or with one hand again in the landscape mode, you can always take this photo again like this. You do have tap to focus, and once you do this, it will take the photo, and I can take this photo again without the artificial light as well. And let me just do it again. So right now the flash is enabled, so let me just get rid of the flash. So we will set it to no flash, and now let me just take this photo, and we will show you both of these photos one by one. So we have taken both of these photos one by one, and in order to access the camera, well, you just need to flick it right, and you will see this photo. This photo has been taken without artificial light. Again, details are not that great on this particular device when we take the photo without artificial light, but again the overall photo looks good, decent enough. The one which has been taken with light is also decent. The kind of details I was expecting are not that great on this device from the rear camera. This is something which will get better as per the information which I have got. So the camera interface is something on which they are working, but the overall camera quality is quite decent on this device. Whenever you capture any shot, this is the vertical shot which we captured. You can always share a particular photo like this. So in case you are viewing a photo and you would like to share it, you just need to do a vertical swipe in the downward direction. You can share it via Bluetooth, email, and you can add it to different account as well. So this is how the photo look like. The photo clarity is pretty good, especially from the rear camera, but details are something which I was expecting slightly better. Now here we have more application. We have the people application, which actually will take you to the contacts application. This is how the contact application will look like, as we already have showed you. Here it will give you all the information, which messages you have sent to which one, and you will get a recent call list as well as message list with whom you have actually communicated over the time. This is how it will show you all these options. You can always bring up more options like this by doing a vertical swipe in downward direction, and then you can do a search as well. So you can do a simple search, or you can actually open a specific contact directly as well. Taking a look over the other application, we have Jolla store over there. This is an application store which you will have on this device. You just need to create a free Jolla account, and then you will see this particular store where you can go ahead and download more application for this OS. You have different kind of application over there, as you can see. As far as Android is concerned, you have Android support application, which will come pre-installed on this device. So once you have this application installed on this particular device, you can actually install more Android application, which can be any APK file which you have, and then you can install that application. Make sure that application is not one which actually use Google services, so Google application will not get installed, but you do have other application like file browser which you can directly go ahead and install. This is a Sailfish application, so the moment you open any application, it will tell you that whether that is a Sailfish application, a Sailfish OS application. You will get to see these screenshots, how the application will be. So this is a file manager which you can install from the Jolla store, as you can see. And again, the moment you see any of these dots, you can always come back to the immediate screen by tapping on them. You don't need to do a swipe. Once you do a swipe, you will be taken back to the home screen. So this is how it will work. So these are the application which you will have. You have different kind of application games as well, so you can install different games. We do have cut the rope application which is there on this particular device. So this is how it looked like. Let me just come back and let me just show you some other things. So taking a look over other application, we have tutorial which actually tells you how to use this phone. I have already told you like how to use this phone, but in case you have any doubt, you can always use this application which will come pre-installed, which is a tutorial. You have calendar application. Let me just show you the same. So over here on the calendar application, you can always flick here to change the month. You can actually tap over here to bring up more options. You can go to settings, you can go to today. So once you go into settings, you will have the option of seeing the birthdays in this particular color and the personal notifications and appointments in a different color. You can specify different colors, and you can add a new event in case. So let's play a new game, and we will go into the Zen mode. So touchscreen is pretty responsive when I play this game, and there is no issue with this device as far as gaming is concerned. You can play these kind of games without any issues on this device, as you can see. And hopefully I make good number of points, although I'm not very good at playing this game. So you can play this game without any issues on this device, as you can see. And you can always come back by tapping over there. Now here we have Angry Bird on this device, and let me just play the first few rounds. In terms of graphics, I can see the graphics pretty easily on this device, and viewing angles are also really good on this device when you play these kind of games. You can see, or any other game you can think of, viewing angles are really good, and the sound coming out from the loudspeaker is also fairly loud. And you can play these games on this particular device without any issues. So these are all the things which I wanted to highlight within this particular OS, which is a different kind of operating system altogether, but you can use it with one hand. You don't need your second hand to actually use the phone anytime you would like to use it. So you can do all the operation with only one thumb. You don't even need any other finger to actually use this phone, which is definitely something very distinctive in this particular phone. So let us know what kind of questions you have on this particular phone. We would love to help you in case you have any questions. This is all we have as far as the detailed tour of the complete Sailfish OS operating system which we have on this particular device. We will have a final device later on. Once we do the unboxing, we will get a final device tomorrow, and we will do the unboxing before anyone else to show you what all you will get within the package and what price point you can actually buy this phone. So we will come up with more details on this particular device. So that's all from us as far as all the details which we wanted to tell you in this particular video about the Jolla phone and the Sailfish OS which we have on this device. You can always leave your questions in the comment section below this video. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.